Hello everyone. Today we'll have a gynec lecture. Last time we had discussed about the displacement of genital organs. In that only we will continue with displacement of genital organs. We had seen displacement of genital organ part 1, that was prolapse of uterus, uterine prolapse. Now second thing we will see is retroversion of uterus, uterine retroversion. Now definition of uterine retroversion is it is bending backward of uterus from a transverse axis which is passing through uterovaginal junction. So it is, in short, it is bending backward of uterus. Uterus is usually anteverted and anti-flexed. This is normal position or situation of uterus. But in retroversion, it is displaced to backward side. So it is displacement of uterus on backward direction with transverse axis which passes through the uterovaginal junction. This is retroversion. Now causes of retroversion are, again, it is congenital and acquired. Congenital means in some females or in some girls uterus is present in retroverted position. It is from birth only. So that is congenital. Now in acquired, there are many reasons. As we had seen in uterine prolapse, important are puerperial causes like associated with delivery or labor. So again there are the factors which is multiparity, multiple pregnancy, repeated pregnancy with short interval, deliveries by untrained person, deliveries by untrained person with improper situation to conduct the delivery. Next is age factor, patient's age more than 40, more than 40 or more than 50. So age, parity, repeated delivery, pregnancies, heavy work during pregnancy or excessive work during pregnancy. Then again there are some chances of displacement of uterus during surgical procedures in pregnancy. So these are the important factors. Some other factors are accident, injury, birth injuries during pregnancy. Also it is associated with large tumor, fibroid, cyst in abdomen, or ascites like condition where there is accumulation of fluid that pushes the uterus on backward direction, large cyst or large tumor in abdomen that pushes the uterus again in backward direction. So these are the factors which are seen in acquired thing. These are the causes for retroversion of uterus. Now degrees of retroversion. 0 degree or mild degree is uterus is displaced on the posterior side and it reaches at the sacrum level. Grade first is uterus is displaced on the backward side and it is at the hollow of sacrum. And third degree or second degree is uterus is at the hollow of sacrum, but it is below the ischial spines, okay, or it is at the level of internal os or cervix. So it is backward direction displacement and it is again divided in these grades 0, 1 and 2. 0 is it is displaced and at the level of sacrum. First is at the hollow of sacrum and second it is below the level of sacrum or ischial spine and it is at the level of internal os. So these are the gradations of retroversion. Now clinical features of retroversion are, again, if uterus is displaced, if it is present from congenital or from birth, patient does not have any major complaint but just painful menstruation during her menses. There is dysmenorrhea and that will be congestive because there is congestion of uterus. Painful menstruation, then irregular menstruation, also severe backache during menses. Some girls or some female may have pain during passing stool, pain while urination. These are associated complaints. Some female may have infertility. Without any obvious reason there is infertility, so that may be because of retroversion, congenital retroversion. And in acquired retroversion, obviously there are causes because it is acquired, it is displaced after some reason or after delivery or after any accident, operation, after any DNC or anything which is related with pregnancy or delivery. So patient complains of painful menstruation after that delivery or any operation, surgery. So painful menstruation, that is congestive dysmenorrhea especially. Second thing is again we have backache, severe backache, painful urination, dysuria, pain during passage of stool, maybe constipation, sometimes diarrhea, lower abdominal pain, white discharge rarely because of infection, and other complaints are patient have something bearing down sensation in rare cases, or discomfort sensation in lower abdomen. These are the main complaints from patient. On examination signs, usually it is not seen per abdominally. So general examination and per abdominal examination is usually normal. PSPV examination, we can palpate the uterus at posterior fornix, or by posterior examination we can palpate the uterus on posterior side. Usually it is on anterior side. So this can be done by, or it can be identified by PSPV examination. For confirmation we have to do USG. On ultrasonography we can see the uterus is displaced on posterior direction. So these are the investigations. Routine investigation, as you know, a blood investigation, urine investigation, and USG is done. These are the investigative things for retroversion. And management part, as we had seen in prolapse, basically we started from pessary. So we advise pessary treatment to her for 3 to 6 months. If uterus is positioned at anterior side, it can be continued. If not, we can tie the ligaments of uterus, and it is called as, in prolapse of uterus, it is colporrhaphy. In this it is ventro-suspension, that surgery is called as, and we tie the ligaments of uterus and the uterus is positioned on anterior side. If it remains on the normal anterior side, it can be treated as that, but if not, we have to remove the uterus by hysterectomy. Removal of uterus. If it is painful for her, if it is giving discomfort to her, we have to do the surgery. Depending on her age, parity, if her age is more than 50, if enough pregnancies or obstetric history is favorable, we can advise for hysterectomy. If not, we have to tie the ligaments and we have to give her ventro-suspension treatment, that is positioning of uterus by artificial tightening. So these are the things which we see in retroversion. So just to in short, retroversion, it means bending backward of uterus on transverse axis which passes from uterovaginal junction. In short, it is bending backward of uterus on posterior side. Causes are congenital and acquired. Congenital, it is present from birth. Acquired, it is mainly because of pregnancy, repeated pregnancies, repeated deliveries, age after 50 because of laxity of muscle. Associated factors are large tumor, fibroid, cyst during pregnancy, surgical procedures during pregnancy or after pregnancy, or ascites-like condition which gives the pressure on uterus, excessive pressure on uterus. So these are the things which lead to retroversion. There are gradations. Gradation is 0 grade, that is uterus is 0, or sometime it can be called as first grade. In some obstetrical language it is called as 0 grade, in some it is called as first grade, that is uterus is bended backward and it reached up to the level of sacrum. You can assume that the uterus is bending backward, and on posterior side the pelvis, which is composed of these bones, sacrum and all those things. If you are not remembering, just go through the anatomy. So if uterus is bending backward, it reaches at the sacrum level, and for next grade it is at the hollow of sacrum, and last it is below the level of sacrum or below the level of internal os. These are the gradations. Then clinical features are as it is an abnormal position of uterus. Usually patient have a menstrual problem because it is related with uterus, and menstrual cycle is related with uterus. So painful menstruation, especially congestive dysmenorrhea is seen. Irregular menstruation can be seen. Infertility is obvious because of improper position of uterus. Backache, dysuria, painful urination, pain during passage of stool, sometimes constipation, diarrhea, discomfort sensation in abdomen, rarely bearing down sensation or displaced sensation in abdomen. These are the main complaints from patient. White discharge is also there because of some infection. These are the main complaints from patient. On examination, general things are usually all the findings are normal. Per abdomen also normal. We cannot palpate the uterus per abdominally whether it is anterior or posterior. So per abdomen it is very normal examination. PSPV, yes, we can find the uterus on posterior side. So these things we find in our examination. Then we advise investigations, routine investigation as well as USG, sometimes laparoscopy for confirmation as well as for treatment part. So these are the things. And management, basically starting with pessary, tightening of ligament, ventrosuspension, and if not, we have to advise hysterectomy. Okay, so this is the retroversion. This is second displacement of uterus. First was uterine prolapse, that is very important. Next is inversion, uterine inversion. Prolapse is uterus is herniation of uterus from vagina. That means uterus is displaced or prolapse as it is. Retroversion is bending backward of uterus. Inversion is uterine inversion. It is coming inside out of uterus. Difference between prolapse and inversion is, in prolapse uterus comes out as it is, but in inversion inner side of uterus comes out from vagina. So uterine inversion, it is the prolapse of inner side or endometrium of uterus from vagina. Causes, but obvious, it is because of delivery. So main cause is labor, delivery by untrained persons, especially delivery without proper dilatation, delivery of large baby, forceps application, ventouse application, delivery with hydramnios, delivery with other high risk factors, all these things, or delivery with excessive force, forceful delivery of placenta. These are the causes which lead to inversion of uterus. In inversion, uterus comes inside out from vagina. Immediately after delivery of baby, when we deliver the placenta, sometimes if we don't give proper force or proper pressure while delivering the placenta, sometimes there is delivery of uterus also, that is uterine inversion. So obvious causes labor related or delivery related causes are seen. So clinical features are again divided in two types, acute and chronic. Acute, it is very severe condition, or it is seen on the labor table, delivery table. It is immediate after delivery of baby or after delivery of placenta, that is inversion of uterus. And in acute condition, patient have the complaint, that means there is severe bleeding, severe pain in abdomen, usually patient goes in shock. And on examination, of course, there are shock signs, blood pressure is decreased, pulse rate is increased, so there is hypotension, tachycardia, heart rate is decreased, and chances of death if not treated. So this is acute condition. In chronic condition, it is seen some days or after some hours of delivery, within 24 to 72 hours or within a week of delivery, there is slow coming inside out of uterus from vagina. So it is that thing where patient complains of bearing down sensation, bleeding, excessive bleeding, discharges, offensive discharge because of this infection. So this is puerperial complication, that means post-delivery complication. This is chronic inversion. It is a slow developing condition. So patient complains of bleeding, infection, things like fever, discharge and pain or bearing down sensation. Lower abdominal pain is there. On examination, usually signs of shock or anemia can be seen. Per abdomen tenderness, PSPV examination, uterus can be seen at the examination. Investigation, actually there is no need to investigate the things, because on PSPV examination in acute condition, so it is seen on the table only, but in chronic also we can see by the PSPV examination. So investigations are not that much advised. And treatment is, we have to manually replace the uterus. If it is acute condition, we have to replace the uterus as it is, and immediately posted that patient for hysterectomy. In chronic also we have to do the hysterectomy, because it is coming inside out of uterus. Uterus cannot be placed and it cannot be tied as it is in retroversion or in prolapse, because inner side has been inverted out. So we have to remove this uterus, and the treatment is hysterectomy. First of all, treatment of shock and all those things if it is acute condition, and then it is posted for hysterectomy. and for chronic also we have to treat the shock anemia thing, and then we have to post this patient for surgical removal of uterus, that is hysterectomy. So these are the two things which are related with genital displacement or displacement of genital organ, that is retroversion and inversion. So we had seen three displacements of organ. First was prolapse, second is retroversion, third is inversion. Prolapse is herniation of uterus from vagina, retroversion is bending backward of uterus, and inversion is coming inside out of uterus. So these are the three things. Usually common causes along with her puerperal history, that is her labor history or delivery history. So delivery should be done at proper place by proper doctor at the proper timing, where there is complete cervical dilatation and there are sufficient labor pains which can cause labor. At that time only we have to do the delivery, or else these complications can occur. So these are usually puerperal complication leading to prolapse, retroversion and inversion. Other things are commonly with some large mass or tumor in the abdomen, that gives the thing for prolapse, retroversion, as well as inversion. It is related with delivery, it is puerperal complication only. So these are the displacement of genital organs. As we had studied all the way, it is related with surgical treatment. So prolapse, it is completely homeopathic thing which can be managed by homeopathic remedies. Also retroversion, also some remedies can work. Inversion, it is surgical thing to be treated. So usually it is posted for hysterectomy. So these are the displacement of genital organs.